different. It's a completely different category. I hope this right here can go viral because there's a complete difference from modern women and city girls. What to do, y'all? We back. ACU in the building.
What's up?
The next video we here to watch is girls won't respect you if you do this on a date. Now, I might understand, I might not understand. It may apply to her, it may not apply to her. But I want to see what these girls may say. If it's delusional, I don't know. If it's not delusional, who knows either. But
yeah, because a lot of women have very unrealistic expectations for dates, especially first dates. And I'm like, bro, who's gonna drop $500 to $1,000 a year?
And then make me feed your kids too.
And feed your kids.
Feed your kids.
And your grandmother.
Right.
And, no,
bro.
But let's see.
If I just meet you and I spend a ridiculous amount of money on you without you earning it, are you going to really respect me as a woman? The answer to that is also no. You might not want to admit it on air, but the answer to that is also
on
no.
air.
There's a reason why tricks. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
There's a reason why women that have sex quickly don't get respected, and men that spend money quickly on women don't get respected. It's the same exact thing.
Okay.
Both genders are giving away their commodity, their main commodity, that's attractive to the opposite gender, for nothing else than the other person existing. Therefore, there's a reason why women withhold sex. There's also a reason why men should withhold resources and money. Because the other commodity isn't going to respect you unless you make them work for it. Okay. So the trick is to make sure you set up a date where your investment is low on both ends to a degree.
Okay. I don't really think that there's any tricks to it.
Ooh.
I think that some people you lead and it goes like this, and some people and it goes like that. There's no one straight way to
let other people. You're not even listening.
To mitigate risk and put yourself in the best
Which one? The dude or the girl?
The guy. I can't remember his name, but he's literally long-winded. Like, let someone else talk.
Yeah. Long-winded. He's pretty long-winded. He has been talking for a good minute now.
Right. He's not even trying to listen.
This is fact. This is fact. Because women don't respect men that they can easily manipulate out of their finances. They don't. No one respects sugar daddies.
You cannot force me to agree with you. So I hear you and I do understand you. However, you can't force me.
However, comment.
Here's
the thing. You don't have a position to speak on this because you are not a man attracting women.
So why is she on the show?
What? I can agree with that as well.
I'm speaking to you as a man that has to learn and understand how to attract women. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Women have the privilege, and you kind of alluded to this earlier, of being in a position where the man comes to them. You don't have to understand men to attract them. We have to understand you to attract you. That's the difference. So since we have to understand women to attract them, we must think like a woman. When a guy gets laid and has sex with a girl, he's like 3 steps ahead.
Go ahead. Speak. What you gotta say?
Because what is he talking about? What is he talking about?
So from what I got from him is the fact that men, in order for men to attract women, he has to understand women.
That is not
women
true.
Don't have to understand a man to attract one.
First and foremost, attraction, like initial attraction, is literally based on looks. It's not about understanding. It's not about personality. It's not about any of that. We all know if you find someone attractive, then that's step one. Like, that's literally the first step to getting to know somebody. Like, it's not trying to understand someone. That literally doesn't make sense.
So looks do play a part.
Then he said,
does personality
he's basically
play a part?
saying, I gotta think like a woman to attract a woman. You're not going to attract any woman with that mindset.
In order for her to be into him.
That's not true. If you think like a woman, if you think thinking like a woman is going to attract women, I'm sorry to tell you, but you've been led astray. That is not true at all. We want a man who thinks like a man. What are you talking about? Let's go.
Now his point was basically that in order for us to get them to like actually like us or like literally be into us is for us to understand them. But it wouldn't take that same amount for
men want to be understood too, though.
Okay.
At least from the men that I've spoke to, it's like they want to be understood too. They want to be heard out too, just as much as women do. Okay. So I don't really understand where he's going with this. And then he says she don't really have a grounds to speak on whatever she's about to say. I mean, I couldn't really hear what she was saying because he kept cutting her off. But she don't have a means to speak because she can't speak on men as a woman. But you're constantly speaking on women as a man. So how does that make sense? I don't know.
He has to think of, okay, what's she gonna say when this happens? I gotta make sure she's comfortable when she comes back to my house. I gotta make sure it's clean. I gotta have music ready to go. Lancers, you think that's them just like, oh, it just happened out of coincidence? No, they planned that shit. Guys that are good with women plan ahead. So they do have to come in and say, what am I gonna say? How am I gonna operate? It's not as easy as it looks. The thing is, when you eat the pizza, let's say you go to your favorite pizzeria, right? You don't know what that guy had to do to get
When
that
you eat
pizza
the
to taste
pizza.
good. He had to spin it a certain way, he had to use certain dough, he had to have the water temperature a certain way. You just enjoy the end product. You don't understand what it took to make the pizza.
Okay, see what he said.
And women don't understand that when you meet an attractive
What
man,
is
you
he
don't know
saying?
what it took for that
Okay,
man.
so he's trying to correlate. He's trying to correlate how to get a woman to like you with making pizza. The pizza has to be good. Like you have to make it a certain. You have to have preparations. For example, when it comes to bringing a girl over, you got to make sure everything's clean. You got to make sure that the food, ready, music playing as far as the date and stuff like that. But he's comparing the pizza. He's comparing pizza, making pizza. It's a funny analogy, but it makes sense. It's just funny. It is very funny.
It's just funny because in reality, how many men do you know is going that extra mile to do all that to get a woman to like him when he literally when a lot of men have options and they're pursuing a lot of their options.
There are men who do that though, because women will have standards as far as what they want a man to do for them, as far as
and they will laugh in their face and be like, "You better try somebody else."
And that's his point. Like, if a man spends money on the girl too early, then she won't respect him. Now, if she
I'm saying the man will laugh in their face, because you're saying that the man is he's talking about what men have to do to meet these women's standards, and I'm like, yeah, in reality, if a woman tells him her standards, he's gonna laugh in her face and be like, yeah,
but we know there are dudes
try
who do
that, get somebody else to do it.
We do know that.
Get somebody else
we do know there are dudes that'll do that though.
Yeah,
The dudes will do that, and that's why he was saying that girls who give up the cat too easily, dudes aren't gonna respect.
But
The dudes who spend money too easily, girls aren't gonna respect.
right, and it's all the issue in doing it with the wrong person.
That is true. It depends on the person.
That's just the problem. You're picking the wrong people to do all that stuff for. Because there are actually women out there who will appreciate that stuff, and there are men out there who will respect a woman's body and not just take it for granted after she does decide to have sex with him.
Yeah,
so,
which is why he brought up the topic earlier that it's all about what you are willing to compromise or sacrifice at the moment, not giving up something too early to get to know the person.
Okay,
yeah.
That's the only thing that literally made sense out of what he said. But the other, making pizza, okay.
That was funny. That was funny.
It was.
And enjoy the end product. So I say all that to say this: women have zero idea what men have to go through to be attracted to women. There's a reason why a minority of men have sex with the majority of the women. It's not easy to be attracted as a man. As a matter of fact, all of you guys displayed this earlier. Even when a man approaches you appropriately, he's still not good enough. So what I'm saying is this. Trust me, I have a lot of experience with this, and I've coached thousands of men at this point.
10K watching right now.
Going up to a girl and spending a ridiculous amount of money up to her without her earning it is the equivalent to a girl fucking you in a bathroom that you haven't earned any type of sexual validation from her. Both parties don't respect the other. It's the same exact concept.
Can you please consider what I have to say?
Okay. I get the overall message. It's just like
That's why I said I caught it early when he said it.
The path he took to get there was just like.
It may have took a little longer for you to understand.
Especially with the women have zero idea. Like, I wouldn't say. Okay. I wouldn't go that far to say that, but I agree.
Yeah, because we know that when it comes to men have to be hunters, so we have to go through certain steps to actually get them to like us too.
But it's not to say that we have no idea or zero idea of what y'all go through. That's kind of like saying that all women are entitled and none of us are grateful for the effort that men put in. And me being with you, I do recognize the effort, and I appreciate it. Like, okay. I make it known.
Yeah.
And a lot of women may not do that, but there are a lot of women like me who do those things and who makes it known that they're appreciative of the guy who's pursuing them. So I can't stand the all women have 0%, and don't group every woman is different. Don't group them all in one basket.
I think it's because it depends on who it applies to, and I think he's referring to the current young modern women who actually don't appreciate that kind of effort that the man will put through for that. But he did say it is the same concept that if you give up the money too early, she won't respect you. If you give up the cat too early, he won't respect you.
Yeah, I agree with that concept. It's just stop grouping all women in one basket or saying that none of us have any idea, because a lot of times women are raised around men and they talk to men, they understand men on different levels than other women, so can't really say that.
That's fair.
I don't disrespect people because they spent money on me, but I do get your point.
But they don't get laid though.
But I want to have sex with anybody. If you didn't spend money, you did spend money.
So
on
why should he spend the money then?
We getting to know each other. It'll be $10.
So you benefit, but he doesn't.
Yikes. Yeah, so it sounds like he only spent money on you to get the cat.
And if you have that mindset, then you'll never benefit.
Right.
But see, men who has a mindset of like, okay, this is an investment. I'm gonna get to know her. She's gonna, we're gonna go somewhere with this.
Right.
It's not a waste of time for them. It's not wasted money for them. They see that as a benefit, getting to know this woman, being in her presence. That's the benefit.
Yeah, I think some dudes can be stuck on the fact that, because I'm spending this much money on you, that
I'm just losing money.
She's obligated to just give it up. And then again, I understand the other part is what he's saying. This is why I'm being mutual about it. That some dudes are actually looking to get something out of it. But like they're saying, they're not entitled to give up anything if they don't want to.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's like, what are you going to get out of it? Does she really respect him? He don't even know at this point. But then again, it really just depends on the type of person.
And it kind of goes back to like chivalry being dead. And I get it. A lot of men will say like, oh well, chivalry wouldn't be dead if women didn't kill it. And I actually somewhat agree with that, because feminism has changed how men operate and how they approach women, and it kind of just like dimmed the light of chivalry. Like, it's not as important anymore for a lot of women. But as for the traditional woman, we kind of get the brunt of that because we want that. We want the chivalry. We want you to take the lead in paying for the first date and pursuing us. Of course, those women will show like mutual interest.
I wonder why.
But yeah.
I wonder what makes it.
I'm rambling.
I wonder what makes traditional women different from the modern woman who wants traditionality too. And I feel like it's probably because they want to have things themselves and still want the traditional treatment. Well,
I mean, it's okay. So you're saying like what makes modern women with a traditional background different from women who just want things to be straight up traditional, like 100%. I feel like modern women with traditional aspects or ideas, they're basically more so going to go 50-50 with you, for real. Like, okay. So they want you to be chivalrous. They want you to, like, provide in certain ways, but they don't expect you to take on all of that load. They're gonna try to play a part and pay for certain things, whereas strictly traditional women, like without the modern part, like they're gonna just rely on you for everything. And what makes them different from like the modern women or city girls is that city girls can make their money and have a job, and they'll still say, my money is my money, his money is my money. Do
you think that's that makes them a different category than traditional women?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Whereas traditional women, they solely rely on you. So they're going to make sure that you're fed. They're going to make sure that the house is good. Okay. Everything. They're going to play that feminine role in your life. All you have to do is go to work and pay the bills, but everything else, they are like, they're in charge of.
So it sounds like that means that they aren't modern. Okay, so there's the traditional, there's the modern, and then there's the city girls. Because modern will go 50-50.
But see, people often
confuse it.
People often use modern women and like city girls interchangeably because they think it's the same. Yeah. I'm a modern woman, of course, because I've been brought up in modern society, but I have traditional. I'll go by traditional aspects. Okay. But it's not 100% traditional because, again, I know how to pull my weight. And I wouldn't expect you to just do everything. We're a team. We're partners. Yeah. We're going to work together to make things work.
And I think that's the real definition of modern versus what some of
City
these
girls
women are
want to
trying to
leech off you. City girls want to leech off you.
I think it's a completely different. It's a completely different category. I hope this right here can go viral because there's a complete difference from modern women and city girls. I feel like
help men know how to differentiate.
They gotta differentiate that, yo.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what most men now what they're looking for, actually modern women versus the city girls.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good analogy right there.
You know what? That's the way you look at things as an exchange. You look at it as
life is an exchange. Life is an exchange
from both parties.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah, I will in a second. But life is an exchange. The thing is that you don't see the other side because you only look at it from your perspective. Where you're
I try to see from most perspectives, but I feel like if I did something for her, you don't necessarily have to do something back for me. I could want that, but I just was doing something for you because it was genuine. It was from my heart. Now, if you go ahead and do something back to me, I know how you fuck.
No man spends that amount of money genuine out of his heart.
No, but like I said, it could be just I'm not gonna say
what,
cheap.
$10?
It could be a cost-effective day. It could be somewhere. Yeah, it could be anywhere. It could be an ice cream day. But when you meet somebody naturally, you spend money.
That's not the scenario you spend though. You spend a bunch of money. I'm talking about
I spent a bunch of money because I was just doing a scenario. But I'm just saying in life,
I'm confused.
if I meet somebody like, hey, you want to go get ice cream? You're gonna pay for the ice cream.
Why didn't you go ahead and try to get an ice cream day instead of meeting at STK and spending a bunch of money?
We met at Prime 112 and it was just a scenario. That doesn't mean that that's gonna be every interaction.
But we asked you.
I'm just saying because we went to listening skills, right? So.
She's changing it based off what I told her.
Listen.
Okay.
No.
What did you have to say?
So what I want to say is, honestly, when people treat me the way I want to be treated, it is something that honestly, it catches my attention. Like, but has everyone not been in a situation where someone treated them with a value that they thought they deserved, and suddenly they were a little bit more interesting, they were a little bit more attractive? You know what I'm saying? So if you decide, no offense, right? There have been a couple of occasions where like a little kid approaches me and they're like, I would love to take you to McDonald's to get you something. I'm just like, oh baby, I'm sorry, I'm grown. I feel like at this point I've built up a certain level of value where that is not attractive to me. That's not interesting.
You look confused.
So when someone approaches me and they offer me something that I think is reasonable for my level of value, it is more interesting to me. So I don't think anyone has hit her up and said, baby, let me take you to McDonald's.
No young kid.
Necessarily, I'm not gonna necessarily say I agree that you need to spend lots of money on me as soon as you meet me. But if you offer me some type of attention that shows that you spend money on me, so I'm not gonna necessarily say I agree that you need to spend lots of money on me as soon as you meet me. But if you offer me some type of attention that shows
you need to spend lots of money on me if you need me.
I think she's saying you don't need to. Let's play it back one more time.
Lots of money on me. So I'm not gonna necessarily say I agree. You need to spend lots of money on me as soon as you meet me.
Oh, okay. She said, I'm not gonna say I agree that you need to spend lots of money on me. Or did she say but?
So I'm not gonna necessarily say
Go back some more.
They offer me something that I think is reasonable for my level of value. It is more interesting to me. So I'm not gonna necessarily say I agree that you need to spend lots of money on me.
But you need to.
Meet me. But if you offer me some type of attention that shows that you respect my value, or you're interested in figuring out what my value is, right? Simple. That is a little bit more interesting.
Okay. So she did say, but you need to spend a lot of money on me.
If you need me.
As soon as you meet me.
As soon as you meet me.
Yeah. But if you do show me a different type of energy or attention that like shows that you value me, then that's a little bit more interesting than I guess the person spending a lot of money on them. So it's kind of confusing what she's trying to say here, cause it's like I was on her side until she said that. I'm not gonna lie, cause if you want to meet me, I need you to spend a lot of money on me. Right.
But if you show me something that's worth of value, then I'm gonna be interested. So
it's kind of hard to say, like what's equal to a lot of money. She's saying that if he shows that he values her, but it's hard to understand because it's like, is it only after he spent a certain amount of money, and giving you attention that you're interested, or is it just the money, or what?
Yeah,
Like, what is it?
That's a.
She wasn't really clear with her message.
She was good up until she said that, and she lost me there.
Yeah.
I want to be treated a certain way. That's why I carry myself a certain way.
I'm
Does
not
that
gonna
make
lie.
sense to you guys?
No.
You lost me.
She lost everybody.
I'm saying if a little one, if like a little kid approaches you, right? There's a reason why you're not.
Why she keep saying a little kid?
Yeah, that's a little bit worse than the
puts
pizza
me-
situation.
It puts me in the mind of like someone in middle school. Like, just say a man or
a little worse.
or a guy.
That's a more worse explanation than a dude talking about pizza.
Yeah, because she's saying, let's say a little kid asks you, what do
Boy,
you mean a
McDonald's.
little kid?
Nah, yeah. Mm-mm.
Some like I don't know, like 19 or 20-year-old, right? Because
They're not a little
you
kid
don't
then.
understand what I am. I'm a grown woman. So if you offer me something that is on the level of what I feel like I'm worthy
Okay,
of,
let's
right?
let's stay on topic here. We gotta stay on
You
topic.
just cut her
The
off.
whole
fast.
point of this was to show that women don't know what it takes to be attractive to other women as a man. That was the point of this whole exercise,
Okay.
which she failed miserably. She spends a ridiculous amount of money on women that don't know and or give a fuck about her and did not get laid. Fail. And I don't care what any woman says. If you spend a lot of money on girls and you don't get laid, it's an L. And if you don't
So
believe
as
me,
soon as you meet a woman, you want to fuck like the first moment?
yes,
Yes.
yes. The only reason they're even talking to you.
Yes.
Oh, well, then everybody feel
Hmm.
At least they're admitting it.
The
Okay.
very first moment.
So do you think it's like that for most guys then?
Yeah, I mean, if that's how they think. Most men who think like that will know that they're gonna spend a lot of money on you just to get the cat. So I feel like the dudes who actually want to spend that much bread on you are looking for the cat. The dudes who don't spend that much probably may not. I don't know. That's just an analogy. That's a theory.
Okay. So what if, let's say in this situation where a woman finds like a very wealthy man, and what may be a lot of money to one man may not be that much money to another man, right? And so he's spending this much money, but it's really nothing to him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, do you think that he would still be looking for the cat, or to him it's kind of like he's still trying to get to know you, even though it's a lot to one man?
So with that, so with that kind of question,
it's
it
subjective.
depends on the man. With that kind of question, if that man thinks like that, sometimes you never gonna know.
Because what's a lot of money for real? It really depends on what tax bracket you're in.
According to them, the dude speaking, it sounds like if it's an extremely fancy restaurant, it requires you to spend over $100.
Okay, requires you to spend over $100, but for some men, $100 ain't nothing.
Right, and that's true.
So
now there can also be women out there who want dudes to spend thousands on them.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
but that's what I'm saying. It gotta be. It depends on the dudes that they're messing with. If you know that you're messing with someone who makes less than like $60K a year or something like that, or they make $40 or $50K a year,
mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean $100 for one date, especially the first date, is a lot of money. But if she typically goes for the ballers, like
the ballers are gonna expect it because they had the money, they got the options, so they're gonna expect that. Yeah.
So it's like he's saying the more I don't know if he's saying that or if that's your interpretation of what he's saying, but basically the more you spend, the more of a chance that he's only looking for one thing, right?
That's what it sounds like he's saying. Yeah, that's how I'm interpreting it.
Right.
Because to be honest, there are dudes like that. Because if he knows he got money, that's honestly what it seems like he's doing. Because you don't see a lot of dudes that's going to spend that much money and not look for sex.
Okay.
You're not going to see a lot of dudes like that. Because that means he's one of the high value, quote unquote, high value men. Because they got the money, so they feel like they can buy the girl and buy the coochie. But that's just from what I'm seeing. I could be wrong, but that's just my interpretation of it.
Yes. Yeah.
How would I get on my...
Okay, again. What did we say earlier? You were in demand, correct?
No, I'm just asking in general, outside of
Why is she the only one
You,
talking?
like, when you first
Yes.
meet a woman, in 20 minutes, you think she should fuck you?
20 seconds.
Huh.
Oh, so you're gonna respect her. So when
No.
how you gonna find
It's not about
somebody
that. I'm
to-
telling you
In the
that men
first 20
approach you
seconds.
to have sex. So when they spend money on you, it's to have sex.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that that's a bad strategy to spend money on girls that don't know you to have sex, because what's gonna
But how
happen
you
is
gonna get to know me if you don't spend money?
They don't have to spend money like that.
You don't have
Why
to.
can't they just talk to you? Why can't a man just come up to me?
Well, we
and
can talk
to
about
me?
that in a second, but remember, this is two different things. She's went in with the thing of let me spend thousands of dollars, and we're saying that's not the correct way to do it.
You're gonna spend money regardless, baby. If you say, hey, let's just go grab ice cream, that may be $10, $12, $15 for you. So it don't have to be millions of dollars. It don't have to be thousands.
All right, man.
However,
We went from one or
you
two
want to
K
stick on
to
that
10,
scenario.
12.
You want to stick
I
on that
think she
scenario.
was saying
$5.
regardless.
That's extremely important.
Regardless, you're gonna be spending money, and I don't know what he's.
I'm following it. Like I said, I'm a bit mutual. I see what he's saying and I see what she's saying. She's saying regardless, you're going to end up spending money. He's saying that it doesn't have to require money to get to know the woman, and she's saying it does. I agree. I don't think you need to spend money on someone just to get to know them. Yeah, like.
But if you're trying to court them and take them out on dates,
that's going to require money. It requires money. Now I feel like they're on two different pages. I feel like she's on the dating aspect, while he is just on the get to know you aspect, just in general. Just getting to know you could easily involve
some women feel like
they deserve to be paid for in order for them to get to know you.
Yeah.
And it's a preference. They feel like you need to spend money on them in order for them to at least give you the time of day, and he's saying that's not really the right way to go because that's just relying on what he has to offer as far as money.
I mean, even if it's a little bit of money,
it could be a little bit of money. Now, he's just saying it doesn't really have to involve money. It doesn't matter how much it is. It doesn't have to involve money.
Yeah. Okay.
So I see what they're both saying. They're not on the same page.
You could take a girl and spend $20, $30, but you're gonna spend something regardless. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't have to be some huge amount to try to impress, but you're gonna spend something.
We're not
If you
spending
spend
money, but
if you spend money and it does not, and you don't do anything that makes me think about you later.
Yeah,
it won't matter. It won't matter if you spend a whole bunch of money on me.
Thank you.
I need
You can
something
spend a lot.
else.
You can
I
spend
need
a
something
little.
What is she talking
Do
about?
something that makes me think about you or makes me think, oh my gosh, this is good.
You just said that you want
Because she just-
money on you because
yeah.
you're a woman or some shit like that.
She just said that.
I said I would like for someone to offer me the value that I feel like is appropriate for me. So that's why I was saying, like,
girl.
and that's why I was saying, like,
she's coming in on another whole
What is
other.
it?
Yeah.
So her thing is like she doesn't necessarily care
She
about
having
the
a
monetary
conversation by
value. She just
herself.
wants it to be memorable so that she could feel special. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
pretty much.
Okay.
But
so,
you're gonna spend something if you go take her somewhere. But it's not about he just spent $1,500. I'm about to go have sex with him.
It seemed like that's what it's about.
It seemed like that's what she's saying though.
It seemed like that's what she's saying.
She's on a whole different conversation.
Right.
About how much you spend on shorty. Them two are based on if you should spend money to get to know someone at all.
At all, right? Yeah.
Shorty's on a whole
and
different.
she's basically saying like it don't have to be a lot, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be something. And he's saying, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Shorty's on a whole different
$10,
spectrum.
whether I like you, it just depends on if I like you or not.
so why would you spend $1,000 on a group of girls that don't know you if you could have just done it that way?
$20 taco stand.
You just have to meet that person in that scenario. You just have to first you gotta get
Someone
that person and
said
say, hey, can I take the out? Can I take it to the taco stand? It's funny.
But
the scenario that we were
all
creating
this discussion proves to me, like honestly, with all due respect, ladies, all this discussion proves, at least with you two lovely ladies, is that women truly don't understand what it takes to be attractive as a man
Do
to
you
a
think
woman.
you understand what it takes to be attractive as a man? I mean, as a woman to a man?
It's irrelevant because you're going to attract a man simply for existing. You can go into a nightclub right now and go, nah! And dudes are going to come up to you.
You think all women just attract men?
Yes, absolutely.
On some level.
And like the lady who was here earlier said, we don't always look like this. So this is
Doesn't matter.
This is-
Doesn't matter.
Sweetheart,
That's real.
I done seen the ugliest girl walk out the strip club with a big ass bag. And
First of all-
no. I'm just saying in a sense because we're talking about appearances. You know
but
what I'm
men
saying?
get ugly boys
Hey.
give girls
Let people
quicker,
talk, alright?
actually.
Stop cutting people off. Relax.
I don't understand how it just ended like that. Hold
Hold
on, sweetheart.
But
I
nah.
just seen the ugliest. Okay, go ahead.
But dude has a point, and the last lady who came at the last minute has a point. But the girl saying you think a girl can walk out with any man? Point again. Men think sexually, so honestly, you be seeing the dudes pull anything. Like it's well, not pull anything, but dudes will go after anything, in my opinion.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but there are a lot of dudes who think sexually, so it don't even matter what you look like. If they just want to get their rocks off, they'll get their rocks off.
It does because men look for validation from other men too. So it's like if it's a general consensus that shorty is not it, he may Now look, you may have a point. He may mess with her on a low, but he ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's not.
He ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yeah, that's where the validation doesn't lie. So I see what you're saying, but I don't know if it's like a validation for other dudes, because I think
yes, it's definitely men when getting women, especially women that they're actually pursuing, they look for like that validation from their friends or their family. Like if their uncle's like, yeah, nephew, they know if their boys are like,
well,
if y'all in a group chat,
if that's the case,
if y'all in a group chat and y'all and the boys be like, I'm sorry, bro, but she not it. Like, she ugly.
Hey, if that's the case, girls will do that same thing in the chat.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If that's the case, genders are looking for validation from each other's genders.
100%. But we weren't talking about. We were talking about men. We were talking about men.
It's a rough topic. It's a rough topic because dudes will literally go after. That's what I'm saying. A lot of women do have a higher advantage of pulling a dude because dudes will just think sexual. Don't even matter what you look like. They're thinking sexually.
Okay.
So there's a lot of dudes who do that, and his point is, regardless of what you come into the club, and the moment you act ratchet or some kind of way, the dudes, the dudes are gonna be like, oh yeah, I can get that. Let me get that. Let me shut her down. I'm gonna shut her up. I'm gonna rock her world type. I'm like,
yeah,
like it's.
Yeah. I wish that the other woman would have chimed in more. The woman towards the end, I wanted to hear more what she was saying. Hopefully Fresh and Fit has a part 2 to this, or a longer version of this clip that we could react to in another video. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
with that being said,
like, comment, and subscribe to my boo.
I'm there.
Black Finesse.
AC unit, we got this joint.